Okay, so whilst I was away, I finished all the belly bands for the book. And you'll notice on the back, I've made a flip flap page with a swivel closure. So I'm going to need one of them as well now for my front. So I'm going to show you how I made it. So these are the flip flap dies. So you get two sizes. This one will cut a matten layer, but this one will cut 3 sides and score along this one. And I may notice, again, got the halfway points here, but the score one has got the 3, so you know which one is your score side. So I think I do mine a little bit different to the way the Cool Katz show. So I'll show you my method. I've cut a piece to fit the back of my book, oh, sorry, the front of my book now. I've done the back. 4 1/2 by 6 1/4. So that'll fit there. So what I've done then is cut another piece of black card exactly the same size. Now because I haven't got this covered, I've actually got another black piece the same side. But if you're going to do this onto one of your pages which are already black, you don't need the second piece. Okay, but I do because it's going on the cover. So I'm going to start off just by getting rid of that white edge with my black soot distress ink. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of low tack tape, and I'm just going to tape a little bit onto the top and a little bit onto the bottom, just to keep them together. So now I'm going to take my largest die, so this is the one with the score lines, and I'm going to line it up where I want it. So you could do it like this and have a swivel on the top and have it coming down. But I'm going to stick to what I did before. I'm just going to tape it down top and bottom. So I'm going to run the 2 of them together through my machine. Again, I'm using my Platinum 6, didn't need a big machine. But obviously whatever size page you're doing, you can't go bigger than what your machine is if you're going to send it through. So here now we have cut through the paper and the cardstock in exactly the same place. So I can put that piece away for now. So I've got my piece coming up here and this one here. So with my black cardstock, my back, what I'm going to do, I'm going to score and burnish it really well, because that is my flap. Now with my paper, what I'm going to actually do is cut on that score line. Okay. So now this will fit onto here. So I'm going to glue it down. And I find it easier to line up this bottom bit with the flap and then work it on up like that. So I've lined up my paper and cardstock there. Okay. So now I've got that piece, which I could just stick back on, or I quite like the black outer because it tells the recipient then, oh, there's something to do here. I'll take the tape off that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my smaller one in, and I'm just going to cut this one. I'll show you what the waste is, see? So that's how much of a layer you're going to get. And I like doing this because it actually paper matches. So the pattern will continue down the flap. Like that. And that sort of just highlights then where the flap is. Okay. So to close it, what I've got is the Cool Katz's swivel dies, the swivel closure. So this one, it's a circle with a hole in the top, and it's got some stitching. So it cuts that. And then you've got a matten layer which cuts that. So I've cut that out of the waste from that paper so it all ties in. Let's get rid of the black edge, the white edge with the black, and I'm going to glue it on. Now these are really quick and easy and a nice alternative to using magnets all the time, because I could have put a magnet there and layered it up, but I find this is quite a good way of doing it. So I've just got some glue tack underneath. I'm going to put my hole towards the bottom and go with my tag once to finish. There. And I'm just going to go into my glue tack with a piercing tool. I'm going to grab a small brad through the hole and through this hole. And there we have a stopper. So now if you were doing this now onto a page, you could just stick it down onto a page. But because if I did that here, when we open it up, we've got the grey board and the tape. I'm just going to back it onto here. So I'm just going to use my glue. Now making sure I don't glue my flap. I'm just going to put some score tape on the back, just because I'm going on to that arc tape. I wanted to stick for now to give the glue a chance to dry on that tape. use my multi-purpose tool again. And now you can see the inside here is lined with the black, like that. So a great way of using the flip flap die and the swivel closure together, so no magnets needed. So there we are. You've your flip flaps, your swivel, your whisker dies and your belly bands all matches. You've got the same pattern going through the entire book. So that's all it is now, is a case of matting layer in the front and the spine, which will just be the same sizes as we did here. I'm just going to put some pattern paper on and one of my cutouts here. Okay. So as you can see, very economical, only 4 pieces of black cardstock for the main pages. I did use 2 here and 2 here, so still only 6. 1 piece of the grey board, and I think I've used 4 sheets of paper and 1 of the cutouts. So I still have plenty more of this paper left for a future project. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel and maybe head over to Cool Katz to have a look at the other dies they have. Really great ones for scrapbooking. I'm sure you'll love them. See you soon.